Very good morning from Finland. Oikein hyvää huomenta kaikille. And I am sorry on my voice. Olen pahoillani tästä kähisevästä äänestä. But warmly welcome into our last day. Sydämellisesti tervetuloa meidän viimeiseen päivään, which is considering of the festival week of the new group of world servers. Toivotamme teidät kaikki tervetulleeksi nyt viimeiseen päivään tämän festivaaliviikon aikana. So today we are going to have some ideas around the seventh ray, ja tänä päivänä ajattelemme joitakin asioita 7. säteen alueelta. That is the ray of manifestation. Tämä on manifestaation säde. It is the ray of order and of magic. Myös järjestyksen ja magian säde. We need this ray, and this ray is coming into even stronger power. Me tarvitsemme tätä sädettä ja se tulee vielä suurempaan voimaan. So it means that the seventh ray is making sure how the plan of God will be really manifested. Ja 7. säde tulee pitämään huolen siitä, kuinka jumalallinen suunnitelma tulee manifestoitumaan. We need that ray. Me tarvitsemme tätä sädettä. Let us now reflect just a few moments about what the seventh ray means in our lives. Pohdiskele nyt sitä, mitä 7. säde merkitsee omassa elämässäsi. So the triangle for 7th ray is, and I hope that Michael will correct me if I am not correct, is through Aries, through Cancer, and through Capricorn. And through Capricorn, the 7th ray is the most powerful, and that's why also this ray is very strong and important for us to recognize during the festival week. 7. säteen kolmio on Oinas, Rapu ja Kauris, ja Kaurin kautta tulee kaikista voimallisimmin 7. säde. There is one master which is said, when you think about these New Age movements and spiritual movements, is very known. He is called Count Saint-Germain. But in this ageless wisdom, he is not called as a master Count Saint-Germain. He is called as Count, but he is Master Rakotsi. And he has moved from the 7th ray ashram into the leadership of the department of Mahachohan. But still he is considered in many ways to be the master who is under 7th ray, because he has been millions of years under that ray. And the Johan who has taken his post is not named. But let us listen few things about Master R, and please contemplate at the same time. In considering the higher point of the triangle, which is the ashram, I would remind you that radiation from Shambhala enters the triangle at the point, and that through the ashram will purpose and strength can pour. This is a relatively new achievement within the ashrams of the masters. In the major group ashram, which is the hierarchy itself, this reaction to impression from Shambhala is arrived at as the energy pours in via the two great lords, the Manu and the Christ. It is also registered by their senior disciples, the Johans and initiates of the sixth initiation, such as the Masters Moria and Kutumi, and lately Master R has taken the position of Mahachohan, and that achievement has carried the entire force down into the ranks of those masters who have taken the fifth initiation, thus enabling them to step down in this Shambhala force to their individual ashrams. This happening has produced a tremendous stimulation with all the attendant opportunities, manifestations, and also dangers. Masters such as myself have had to learn to handle this great potency, and at the same time to make as much of it as we can, safely and wisely, available to our senior disciples. Isn't that amazing, interesting that also masters has to learn to use the energies of Shambhala? Maybe we would never think about that, but so no wonder that if we down here do not actually know immediately what to do with these strong energies. DK says that humanity so far has always responded to the Shambhala energies by via destruction, via chaos, and negativity rising, hatred rising, and also separation rising, separatistic ideas rising. So is that what we see now? Is that the response in humanity and our leaders who are responding to the old? Is that what we are seeing in some of the countries? We may wonder. It may very probably is that energy. So that's why it's very important to all of the disciples to start to align oneself consciously the energies of Shambhala and recognize that it was only 2000 when it is said that there was a strong Shambhala impact. Very near. One was on 70s, and was it not so? 75, then only 25 years after that, another one. So it is affecting very strongly our lives. Maybe we could take that into our consideration, into our morning meditations, to always align, just reflect something about Shambhala and try to recognize these new downpouring energies. DK talks about that, how from Shambhala at the moment there is coming very new impulse. And masters do not know, humanity do not know how we are going to respond. As we read also that another day, how it is the responsibility of the disciples, that how the turn will take place. So when and if we point our governments, we have to point to ourselves. It's the fault of this group, the world disciples, how the turn will take place, because we have to transmute these energies, transform and distribute consciously to the lower worlds, and that's why the load has to be greater upon everyone at this time, because that is how we are now making the changes. This is not at all the easy time for the disciples. So we may contemplate upon those ideas. So then a passage about which is telling what is happening when we move on in our ladders of evolution. Then does the disciple initiate pass into the ashram. So we should read what is above the steps, but we now contemplate when the disciple initiate is passing into the state in the connection of ashram, into the ashram of the master of his ray, one of the senior masters in connection with the 7 major ashrams, if he is a disciple in the ashram of a master who is on one of the rays of attribute, the task of that master is to prepare him for transition onto one of the major rays of aspect. This shifting and interchange is taking place all the time. When, for instance, the master are assumed to the task of Mahachohan, or Lord of Civilization, his ashram was shifted from the 7th ray of ceremonial order to the 3rd ray of active intelligence. The majority the majority of those who have taken the 2nd and the 3rd initiations were transferred with him under what might be called a special dispensation. The rest of the members of his ashram remained for tuition and training in service under that master who took his place as the central point of the 7th ray ashram. So contemplate that. And we all can now link with the Master R and listen something very interesting. The work of salvaging Europe, spiritually and psychologically, which is our main preoccupation, must go on. It must be entirely divorced from politics and partisanship, and I am asking all of you who are my pledged workers to move forward in this spiritual undertaking. So Master R is the director of this movement within. So let us link to that work as well. And again, there are 5 masters and 5 ashrams involved in this preparatory work. First of all is the ashram of the Master Kutumi. This is the presiding ashram in this work owing to the fact that it is a secondary ashram, and therefore upon the same line of energy as that of the Christ himself. Another reason is that the Master Kutumi will assume the role of world teacher in the distant future when the Christ moves on to higher and more important work. Next comes the ashram of the Master Moria. The reason for this is that the whole procedure is protected from Shambhala, and the ashram of the Master Moria is ever in close touch with the dynamic center. The Master R, as the Lord of Civilization, is also closely involved. He is also, and this is of major importance, regent of Europe. So we have this beautiful image on the screen, our transparent globe. We can think in many ways. We can think about that, how our planet is becoming sacred step by step, but also that how in our hands is the unknown possibility of a new creation. Ja meillä on tuo symbolinen pallo käsissämme, joka voi symboloida täysin uutta mahdollisuutta uuteen luomiseen. So imagine now that you are holding our planet in your hands. Näe mielikuvassasi, että ylläpidät planeettaasi käsissäsi. Visualize, envision the new planet. Envision what is your relationship to the new planet. The new civilization. Hold in strong alignment and let this vision gently opening up. What is your role in that new manifested civilization? Can we stretch our seeing to the next life? Voimmeko nähdä seuraavaan elämään? These years of the Forerunner are so important years for the Christ and hierarchy to see how we are going to fit to the plans of hierarchy for the when Christ is reappearing, and helping in that manifestation. Can you sense the strong link going through time and space into the next incarnation? Voitko nähdä ajan ja paikan läpi seuraavaan elämään? How are you connected with the Christ? Kuinka olet yhteydessä Kristukseen? Can Christ and the hierarchy now use us Voiko Kristus taikka hierarkia käyttää meitä? And now I mean in very much conscious ways. Tarkoitan hyvin paljon tietoisemmalla tasolla. Are we sensitive to the vibrations of the Christ? Olemmeko sensitiivisiä Kristuksen värähtelyjen suhteen? Do you recognize the vibrations of the Christ? Do you recognize the impulses from hierarchy, externalizing hierarchy? Oletko tietoinen hierarkian ilmaantumisen energioista? Let us listen now in the silence very carefully. Kuunnelkaamme nyt erittäin hiljaa hiljaisuudessa. For few moments. What is the quality difference between the energies of the Christ or externalizing hierarchy? Or are there? Mikä on laatuero Kristuksen ja manifestoituvan hierarkian välillä, vai onko eroa? within your inner sanctuary, sacred place, salute the seventh ray Johan. Sisäisessä pyhätyssäsi tervehdi seitsemännen säteen Johania. Visualize the most beautiful color of violet. Nyt visualisoi mitä kaunein violetti. With violet we have to be very careful because the army of the voice, the devas in the shadows, they will respond to that color. Violetin kanssa meidän tulee olla hyvin varovaisia, sillä äänen armeija vastaa niihin ja varjojen devat. That kind of violet which is strong, beautiful, full of light. Violetin tulee olla täynnä valoa ja hyvin voimallinen. So that color is very close to the physical plane. Ja tämä on hyvin lähellä fyysistä tasoa. You can use violet when you are manifesting something. The violet devas, they are working strongly with Master Jesus as well in the realm of religion. When we learn to be somewhat aware of the Deva kingdom, there is a great Deva of the most dense physical etheric plane. He is the Lord Kshiti. Kaikista alimmalla tasolla on suuri Deva-herra Kshiti. He and his closest co-workers, Deva co-workers, is nowadays teaching a lot of masters. Kshiti apureineen opastaa hyvin voimallisesti mestareita. In the realm of healingin alueella, and also in the realm of manifestation ja manifestaation alueella. How the plan is safely manifested. Kuinka suunnitelma turvallisesti saadaan manifestoitua. The building of the temple is the most important thing for us. Temppelin rakentaminen on kaikista tärkeintä. So it is the temple of the what is our body. Temppeli, joka on meidän kehomme. The temple on the mental plane, causal field. The temple of Solomon. Meidän kehomme. Taikka Salomonin temppeli mentaalitasolla. So when you look your temple, how strong it is. Kun katsot omaa temppeliä, kuinka voimallinen se on. You look the seventh ray, the ray of order and magic. Seitsemäs säde, järjestyksen ja magian säde. Those devas are immediately responding. And you can build in both sides your temple to be fitting for the new work, a new step by hierarchy, by Shambhala for humanity. Ja voimme asettaa itsemme sopivaksi tässä manifestaatiossa, suunnitelman manifestaatiossa hierarkiasta ja Shambhalasta. How can you create more order in these temples is about the mind, which has to be organized. Kuinka tuoda enemmän järjestystä on mielen järjestäminen, järjestäytyminen. Hierarchy is called organized minds, organized and illumined minds, society of organized and illumined minds. And then how you can use yourself magically for the work. Ja kuinka voit käyttää itseäsi maagisesti työssä. These things we can then ponder on, ja näitä asioita voimme pohdiskella itsessämme. That is the sacred and secret work that we all have to do within ourselves. Tämä on se salainen ja myöskin pyhä työ, jota meidän tulee itsessämme tehdä. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Dearest friends, this was our meditation, and we warmly welcome you all to come back. And we start our webinar at 8:30 a.m. GMT. Ja aloitamme Suomen aikaan 10.30 webinaarilla. So here and see you there. Namaste.